KSAT 12. Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
A CarMax hit by suspected thieves trying to get as many catalytic converters as possible. We have the latest details from police.
And taking a live look out at the Alamo City. The sun is out, but the temps are down 33 degrees to start your Sunday morning. What is the rest of the day? What does the week look like? We're going to check in with Sarah Spivey in just a few moments. But for now, good morning. It is 8 o'clock this Sunday, January 16th. Hopefully you got some hot cocoa, some coffee,
some soup. I'm thinking about
fireplace.
Making soup today. You can't see it right now, but I have my fleece wrapped around my
I saw you walking around the station like with a blanket.
I'm cold all the time, and this weather outside, Sarah, it's not helping.
Well, I have some good news, guys. It is going to warm up really quickly today. It will be actually very pleasant in the afternoon with highs in the 60s. But for now, yes, it is cold out there this morning. Take a look outside with the live cam. Total sunshine out there this morning. Pretty calm too. Wind conditions at the airport are calm. That's a nice change from yesterday when we were seeing very high wind gusts, 50+ mile-per-hour wind gusts yesterday. I don't know if you could tell, but yeah, yesterday was windy. I'm sure you could. In fact, I'll be showing pictures a little bit later of some of the problems with the wind that we saw earlier. Now, again, outside right now it is cold. In fact, it's below freezing in many spots around San Antonio. We're at 31 degrees in New Braunfels this morning, even in the 20s in the Hill Country, 25 in Kerrville, and 20s out west, 25 in Uvalde, and 20 in Hondo. But again, the sun has risen. And from here on out, we're going to see temperatures rise until about 4 p.m. this afternoon. It's going to already be in the 40s by 10 in just a couple of hours here, in the 50s by noon, and in the afternoon, 63 degrees. Very pleasant this afternoon with sunshine and winds from the west-northwest only at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Rather than from the north at 30 miles per hour. So some improvement today, a beautiful day for us. And coming up, I'll show you just how high those wind gusts yesterday, and we'll take a look at a couple of pictures. We'll talk about the rest of the extended weekend as well. Max.
Thank you, Sarah. Top story this morning. 4 hostages. They are safe after a terrifying situation unfolded at a synagogue in North Texas yesterday. We know the suspect is dead, but still a lot of unanswered questions after this 10-hour standoff involving numerous law enforcement agencies.
CNN's Josh Campbell has the latest this morning.
A nearly 11-hour hostage standoff here in North Texas coming to an end Saturday night. That after an elite FBI hostage rescue team stormed the synagogue behind me in an attempt to rescue the remaining hostages. This began earlier in the day as the congregation was having Sabbath services. Many of the congregants could actually watch on a live stream and see the suspect come, take those hostages, including the rabbi. Now, an FBI crisis negotiator made contact with that suspect. That communication continuing throughout much of the day. The suspect releasing one of those hostages, but it was around 9 p.m. local time that the FBI ultimately made the decision to stage that assault on the building to try to rescue those remaining hostages. The suspect died in that encounter. The head FBI agent here in Dallas spoke about that ordeal after it transpired. Take a listen.
Today's result, which was 4 safe hostages and the situation resolved, was really a result of a long day of hard work by nearly 200 law enforcement officers from across this region. The FBI's hostage rescue team, I consider one of the crown jewels of our organization. Their mission is to conduct deliberate hostage rescues when necessary. In this case, we had a necessity for that, and they were successful. Very proud of them.
Now, many questions remain about who this suspect was. Law enforcement sources tell us that they are zeroing in on one possible motive. That is his attempt to seek the release of an extremist who was in prison here in Texas, serving an 86-year sentence for attempting to kill U.S. personnel in Afghanistan. The FBI says this is now a global investigation. They've engaged their offices in London as well as Tel Aviv, trying to get to the bottom of who this person was, what motivated him to come to this North Texas synagogue taking hostages. Back to you.
Well, new this morning, police stopped suspected robbers from getting away with catalytic converters. Around 4:45 this morning, security at Carfax location in the 3600 block of Fountainhead Drive called San Antonio police. Security told them there were several suspects trying to steal those converters. Police arrived and took 2 of them into custody. They say they found several vehicles broken into and several of those converters in the bushes around the property. Charges are pending. Where nearly 2,000 people were tested Friday during the first day of the free walk-up COVID-19 testing site at the Wonderland of America's Mall. The site was opened in response to the surge of Omicron cases and high demand for testing. This is the only site in Bexar County that offers testing and vaccinations at the same location. The testing site is open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. and is a walk-up basis only. If you get your test done there, you should get your results within 24 to 48 hours. Well, the city is opening a federal COVID-19 drive-through testing site at the Alamo Dome starting on Tuesday.
So Bexar County is one of only 6 counties in the state approved to have this federal testing site established. And this is happening because of the support of the Texas Division of Emergency Management as requested by Governor Greg Abbott. The drive-through will be open 7 days a week, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Tuesday, January 18th, this coming Tuesday through February 4th. We do have an exception of 4 days, and that is because there were previously scheduled events at the Dome. It will take place in Lot C at Cherry Street and Montana.
So appointments are required. You can make an appointment online at the website on your screen by calling that number 1-800-635-8611. The testing site will use a shallow nasal PCR test. Results should be given within 48 hours or 72 hours if the test is taken on Sundays. You can find all this information right now on KSAT.com.
And we are telling you about these new testing sites because right now, Bexar County 19 dashboard, well, it reads that the local risk level transmission, it is severe. The latest numbers show more than 1,000 people in our local hospitals because of COVID. We're seeing a rise in people testing positive here in Bexar County and across the country. So what does the latest COVID forecast look like? And what does it mean for parents and local families?
So joining us in today's Leading SA segment is Dr. Leverance. Thank you so much for joining us. Lots of questions this morning.
Thanks for having me on.
First and foremost, what does the current COVID forecast look like? And do you think that we've peaked right now here in Bexar County?
Well, as we've come to learn, this COVID surges, they tend to be coupled with holidays. So we're not surprised that we're seeing one once again after Christmas and New Year's. So we appear to be peaking out, although we may not quite have reached it yet. So we're still bracing for the worst of it.
So, Dr. Leverance, we are hearing the expression endemic a lot recently. So for those who don't know what that means, and could we be reaching that point after the Omicron variant?
Yeah, that's an important question. And that's where we hope to get to with this pandemic is to evolve into an endemic situation. That's where you have a low level activity of an infection in a predictable way, probably similar to how we view the flu, that we can predict that each year we're going to have a surge, we're going to get our vaccinations beforehand, and it doesn't disrupt our lives to the degree that we're seeing with COVID right now.
So the small group of immunocompromised patients who have gotten their booster shots in August, they're due for their 4th shot coming up soon. Now, are these boosters and the opportunity for a 4th shot, is that going to be more widespread than just those who are immunocompromised? And are we going to be having to get these booster shots every 6 months or so?
That's a great question. As you know, for many immunization programs, boosters are a regular part. Again, whether it's the flu shot, which we get annually, which is a type of booster, or the tetanus shot, which you get every 10 years. We suspect the same thing is in store for the COVID vaccination. The frequency of these boosters really unclear at this time. It depends how this all ends up unfolding as we hopefully soon enter into an endemic state. But I think COVID boosters are certainly in our future.
Dr. Leverance, studies have shown that Omicron, even though extremely contagious, is not as severe, especially in fully vaccinated and boosted individuals. So if other variants form, could they be even less severe like Omicron or pack more of a punch like Delta?
Boy, unfortunately, we have no way to predict, what's coming down the pike with new variants. I know nobody wants to hear that because it leaves us feeling fairly anxious. On the other hand, though, I think the real question is, are we ever going to get over this roller coaster? Are new variants going to be tumbling our way, and are we ever going to get through this? Well, I'm optimistic about it. Clearly, so far, every variant has been susceptible to the vaccines. Also, now we have a real game changer, a 1-2 punch, as you will, and that's the new antivirals, which is sort of like an antibiotic for this COVID virus. And so I feel that we are moving in the right direction. We will eventually get off of this roller coaster. It's just not happening as quick as we'd like.
So I know people have said, COVID will always be around, kind of like the flu or the common cold, but pandemics do end eventually, correct?
They do end eventually. And again, one more time, it's not ending as quick as we would like it to be. There's so many factors at play here. Most of it, I would have to say, is behavioral. Folks getting their vaccines at the beginning of a surge, folks wearing their masks and socially distancing. We in the healthcare profession need to communicate it in better ways, that it's better adopted so people can get into that rhythm and move beyond this. And we're working on that. Again, we're slowly getting there.
One last question for you, Dr. Leverance. We know a lot of families, a lot of parents watching. So what does the risk of transmission look like with schools and small children right now?
I can understand the apprehension for parents sending their children to school in person with this during this current surge, because transmission does occur in the schools. But one thing we have learned is that the transmission rates are not high in schools. And once again, if you think about it, every surge thus far has been coupled with a holiday. Really when the schools have been closed. Most of the transmission is occurring in family circles and in social circles. So I do believe it's safe to have the schools remain open. There's also good data now that closing the schools and having only virtual learning has real consequences on children. And so I do believe it's best to keep the schools open for all of those reasons. Although I can entirely understand somebody's apprehension about it, there still is a low level of transmission which does occur.
Dr. Leverance, we always appreciate your time joining us on Sunday. A lot of people out there have these questions. So for our viewers, if you want to watch Dr. Leverance's full interview, just head to KSAT.com later this morning. Thank you.
All right. Thanks for having me.
Time now, 8:11, 34 degrees out.
Go Spurs, go.
Oh, my goodness. What a roller coaster it's been with the Spurs. But, hey, the losing streak is over. Let's see if we can get 2 wins in a row. We're going to have the highlights and tell you what comes next.
Well, the threat of fires getting out of control was high all across our viewing area yesterday. How fire crews were able to keep things in check.
All right. Quick live look out there. 34 degrees. No clouds in the sky. We're going to check in with Sarah Spivey for your full forecast.
Extremely strong winds made battling fire even more dangerous for fire crews across Bexar County yesterday.
That's right. The winds adding into the mix of drought conditions, dry grass, and it sparked dozens of grass fires.
John Paul Barajas explains why putting out the flames took lots of planning, in some cases even help from the community.
A common theme for today, clouds of smoke. That's because fire conditions are critical, according to Bexar County fire officials. Lack of rain, dry vegetation, low humidity, and now heavy wind have not only made grass fires more likely, but also harder to contain. These large open fields are essentially fuel, and the wind gusts are making flames spread dangerously quick.
Conditions are very real right now. As you can tell, busy day today, busy day yesterday. When we got on this location, we had flame fronts, about 20 to 30-foot flame fronts. Lawrence Padalecki, an East Side Bexar County Assistant Fire Chief, explained they were fortunate no one was hurt at this 500-acre fire off FM 1604 and 3432. But it threatened up to 50 homes, along with a lot of livestock. Crews actually cut fences to let the cattle get further away. And this blaze, not the only one working.
Yeah, let me get the one that's filling up the tender on Bravo. That fire came out, this fire came out, and then Wilson County was also working a fire right across the county line. They all three happened at the same time.
With so many fires popping up today, crews have had to be extremely careful with their resources. Luckily, community members have rallied together to bring their tractors out and assist.
Basically getting rid of all the vegetation and bringing up dirt. That's what we have to do to be able to get rid of the fuel so it stops feeding the fire.
People in the area spoke to us off camera, saying they were happy to help and thank the crews for what they do. As for the winds, those are dying down tonight, but Padalecki still has a warning.
Any little spark's going to ignite anything. Throwing cigarettes out, make sure you're not dragging chains.
John Paul Barajas, KSAT 12 News.
All right, so Sarah Spivey, you warned everyone out there of all the fire risks yesterday.
Well, we had that red flag warning. I'm so happy to see that the community really rallied behind those firefighters as well. You know, still a lot of wildfires out there and some really interesting views. I want to show you a video sent in by a viewer out at Canyon Lake. Take a look at the lake here. It's got white caps on it there. Surf's up at Canyon Lake yesterday. We're dealing with a wind gust of 50+ miles per hour. Not a sight that you see there too often, but we'll continue to show pictures throughout the morning. This was sent in again through our KSAT Connect feature on our weather app. That's where you can send in pictures too. We love to show them on air. It really helps us, your eyes on the ground there as our viewers. Take a look at these measured wind gusts yesterday. 58 miles per hour in Hondo, 52 miles per hour in Del Rio, 56 at the airport in San Antonio, and even 56 mile per hour in New Braunfels as well. So very high wind gusts yesterday. Thankfully, happy to report that the winds have calmed down quite a bit. We're still dealing with a northwest wind at about 5 to 10 miles per hour, but even at the moment at the airport, winds are calm in San Antonio. Let's take a look at temperatures out there. It is cold this morning. The combination of calmer winds and clear skies allowed temperatures to plummet. Just about all of us near or below freezing this morning. It's 26 in Kerrville and 26 in Hondo, 31 in New Braunfels and 32 in Gonzales. It's 26 in Uvalde. And tomorrow morning, we're going to have another morning where we expect to have a brief freeze in the area. As I just showed you, there are some areas that are dealing with a little bit of wind, and so we do have a bit of a wind chill in spots out there. Like in Hondo, it feels like it's 18 degrees outside rather than 26, which is what the thermometer reads. Look how cold the state of Texas is out there. A lot of folks below freezing, including Del Rio early this morning, and it's 21 degrees in Amarillo. That same system that brought us the very high wind gusts is churning across the deep south and moving across to the northeast there. Look at all the snow and the wintry precipitation that's happening in parts of Alabama, Mississippi, and even into Georgia and the Carolinas. This is where we're going to have winter warnings that extend all the way from the deep south up into New England because of this very dynamic system that brought us the very windy conditions yesterday. But we're on the good side of the storm system because we've got a high pressure system that's going to be moving in place today. High means dry, and in this case, high also means sunshine. We're going to see tons of sun today, and it's going to warm up really nicely in spite of the fact that we're off to a cold start. This afternoon, we'll be looking at highs in the low to mid 60s, a perfect day, closer to 70 degrees out toward the Rio Grande. Now, although I do have to mention it is very, very dry out there. Dew points are in the teens and even in the single digits in spots. To put this in perspective, that's at the bottom of our dew point scale, and it means chapstick weather, hand lotion weather. All of the above, because it's very, very dry out there today. And it's going to stay very dry tomorrow as well with very low humidity. We'll see the dew points rise Tuesday and Wednesday. That will mean not as cold mornings, but we'll see another front on Wednesday that drops that humidity even more. So just to summarize, today is going to be a day where we quickly warm up because of the sun. 55 at noon, already in the 50s at noon, and we'll be at 63 degrees in the afternoon with west-northwest winds today at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Again, another cold start tomorrow to start off the holiday. In fact, near and below freezing in many areas briefly. So remember to keep those plants inside. Tomorrow, 68 for the high, and then Tuesday and Wednesday will be in the 70s. So warming up. That next front Wednesday is going to knock temperatures down into the 50s. Temperatures will struggle to get out of the 50s Thursday through the weekend. Only a small chance for rain at the moment on Thursday, but we'll continue to keep you updated.
All right, Sarah Spivey, thank you so much. 8:21, 34 degrees out.
Well, inspiring students to aim high in the middle of a pandemic. We'll introduce you to a teacher with an aspiring voice. That's later in GMSA.
All right, but first, the Spurs back on track. Big W here at home. How did it unfold? Bang! And what comes next? Good morning, welcome back, and go Spurs go. The Spurs hosting the Clippers last night, trying to break the losing streak. Here we go, first quarter. DeJounte putting the team on his back recently, and here we go. Lonnie Walker, the fourth, creating his own shot. Beautiful dunk. They led 22-28, one after one. Second quarter, Derek White is back, and he scored 8 straight points for the Silver and Black, including back-to-back threes. Spurs led 31-22. Derek had 13 at the break. Spurs up 56-47 at halftime. Here we go, third quarter. Doug McDermott missed a free throw. Jock Landell there to grab the board, passing it to DeJounte, finding Devin Vassell. Wait for it. That's a three. Spurs up 61-49. The Clips only trailed by 5 after 3 in the final frame. The Spurs seal it up. DeJounte, 18-foot closer, secures the lead for good, 95-94. Spurs make it happen here at home. They win 101-94, snapping a 5-game losing streak. Derek White, your leading scorer, team high 19 points in his return. But it is a long season, so we will continue our homestand Monday night, 7:30. Taking on the best in the West, we're going to be hosting the Phoenix Suns tip-off set for 7:30.
Go Spurs, go.
Go Spurs, go. 8:26, 34 degrees out.
Tomorrow's MLK holiday, and even though there is no in-person march, you can still commemorate the work of civil rights activists. We're going to tell you how.
Plus, big story this morning and throughout the country. Federal law enforcement agencies, they took to a synagogue in North Texas after a hostage situation unfolded. We have the latest and the outcome. Good morning and happy Sunday. I'm Max Massey.
I'm Sarah Acosta. It's Sunday, January 16th. Thank you so much for waking up with us this morning. And if you're waking up 34 degrees, I'm envious for you guys at home that might have like a comforter over your head or a hot steaming, cup of tea or coffee, because it's one of those mornings, Sarah Spivey.
It definitely is, but I'm happy to report that we will warm up today too, pretty efficiently, with highs in the 60s. So it is going to be a really nice day today and a lot calmer than yesterday. Yesterday, winds were gusting up to 50+ miles per hour. Here's some pictures through our KSAT Connect feature on our weather app. That is some heavy pool furniture there that has been knocked over because of the wind gusts, and of course several reports of downed smaller trees too. That looks to be a tree that snapped, unfortunately, because of those wind gusts. Again, a small tree though, so some damage out there, but thankfully these winds are calmer. In fact, we're completely calm at the airport at the moment, but winds are generally, if you are getting a breeze from the northwest, at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. So much improvement there. The combination of calmer winds and clear skies allowed for us to see temperatures plummet in the overnight hours. In fact, it's at or below freezing in many spots. Bulverde, 32 degrees, 31 Port SA, 32 in Rio Medina, harder freeze up in the hill country, 26 in Kerrville and Comfort. But with the sun already out, we're going to quickly see temperatures rise. In fact, by 10, we'll be in the 40s, and by noon, we'll be in the mid 50s. And for the afternoon high today, gorgeous. Low to mid 60s for the high. And tonight it will get cold though as soon as the sun sets. As for winds today, really only from the west northwest at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Now this is yesterday's pollen count. We've yet to get the new pollen count in for the day, but I want to point out that yesterday mountain cedar was very high. I'm sure you felt it if you were allergic to mountain cedar, past 23,000. We anticipate it to be high as well again today, but coming up in the forecast, I'll talk a little bit about when we can see some relief from mountain cedar. And of course, we'll talk about the extended weekend and into the work week next week. Max and Sarah.
Thank you, Sarah. Well, tennis star Novak Djokovic is making plans to head home.
Overnight judges in Australia upholding their decision to deport the tennis star, and Djokovic hoping to defend his title in the Australian Open. ABC's Brett Clinette has been covering the story from Hong Kong.
This morning, Novak Djokovic losing his fight to stay in Australia for a second time. The world #1 tennis player releasing a statement saying he's disappointed with the ruling, which means he cannot stay in Australia and participate in the Australian Open. I will cooperate with the relevant authorities in relation to my departure from the country. Sunday's 3-judge panel at the Australian Federal Court unanimously agreeing to uphold his second visa cancellation. The court finding that Djokovic's lawyers failed to demonstrate how the earlier decision was unlawful, irrational or unreasonable. And he may not be able to return to Australia for 3 years, costing him a chance to defend his title. The Australian government's lawyer said during Sunday's hearing that Djokovic had become an icon for anti-vaccination groups. Djokovic's legal team arguing there isn't enough evidence to prove that his presence in Australia would stoke anti-vaccine sentiment. Djokovic's fans and anti-vaccine protesters gathering to support the tennis champion.
Novak Djokovic is not an anti-vaxxer. He's a voice for human rights and human choice. He's never stated that he's anti-vax. He has always just stated that he wants to control what enters his body.
Before the ruling, other professional tennis players weighing in on the situation.
I think that all this could have been avoided, like we've all done by getting vaccinated and doing all the things we had to do to come here in Australia, because everybody knew very clearly the rules, and you just have to follow them.
As expected, there's plenty of reaction online to this, with Serena Williams coach Patrick Mouratoglou saying the biggest loser of this mess is the tournament, saying he hopes we'll start talking about tennis. Britt Clennett, ABC News, Hong Kong.
A 40-year-old woman is dead after being thrown in front of a subway train in New York. Onlookers were horrified as a man pushed the woman from the platform as the train was approaching. Police have arrested the suspect that they believe is homeless. Authorities believe the incident was caught on surveillance video and could play a key role in this investigation. Although the suspect has been arrested and charged with murder, the incident is not being investigated as a hate crime at this time.
And staying on the West Coast, a 14-year-old Washington State boy could now be charged as an adult. He's accused in 2 separate murders. The teenager allegedly killed a 54-year-old man in front of a store last week. That shooting caught on camera. He's also a prime suspect in a deadly shooting back in October. He's looking at second-degree murder and unlawful possession of a weapon. Those are 2 of the charges he's facing at this time. Because of the seriousness of those 2 situations, prosecutors are considering charging him as an adult.
Metro Health will be hosting a pop-up clinic today for those who need to get their COVID-19 vaccine, booster shot, or flu shot. It'll be at the Ferris Athletic Complex off Loop 1604 near Hausman Road. That's on the city's northwest side. From 10 in the morning to 3 p.m., children 5 or older and adults that are eligible to receive the Pfizer vaccine and children 12 and older are eligible for the Pfizer booster shot. As for Moderna and Johnson & Johnson, those vaccines and booster shots, you must be 18 years or older to receive them.
All right, so if you're planning on driving along I-35 on the northeast side of town today, there's a lane closure you need to know about. CPS Energy crews are going to be working on overhead power lines near I-35 North and O'Connor Road. And it's going to be happening not just this Sunday, but the next 3 Sundays. For safety precautions, there will be intermittent lane closures on 35 North and the access road between Weidner and O'Connor Roads. Drivers are asked to find alternative routes. The work is expected to go on from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. these next 3 Sundays. Police will be on site to help with traffic control.
Tomorrow, San Antonio and the rest of the nation will observe the Martin Luther King Jr. holiday. So happening today is the city's annual citywide interfaith service that will take place, but it'll be virtual. You can still be part of the service. Organizers announcing it will be live streamed and available to watch on TV. The service begins at 4:30. The guest speaker this year is Lamont Jefferson. You can watch it on TV, on AT&T 99, Grande 20, Spectrum 21, and digital antenna 16.1.
All right, to the disappointment of so many, the city's annual Mlk March will not be in person, but it will be virtual. And that's because of the rise in recent COVID cases. The MLK Commission Board decided back on January 7th to cancel the physical march. San Antonio's march, we are billed as the largest march in the country. The virtual Mlk March begins at 10 a.m. tomorrow. The commission instead has plans to set up a COVID resource center. So vaccine clinics will be set up at Pittman Sullivan Park. And according to the commission's Facebook page, vaccines and COVID testing, that's going to be available from 10 a.m. until 3 in the afternoon. All are free, and you don't even need to make an appointment.
Events in San Antonio commemorating the life and legacy of Dr. King don't end on Monday. Events run through January 23rd as part of the 10th annual Dream Week. There are several events that are part of the 2-week summit where people are invited to take part in open forums on real-world issues. To learn more and to see a full list of those events happening during Dream Week, head to KSAT.com, scroll down the page, and click 2022 Dream Week.
And a big reminder, Martin Luther King Jr. Day is a federal holiday. That means a number of places locally will be closed tomorrow. That includes City Hall and most other municipal offices.
A longtime supporter and advocate for MLK events here in the city won't be part of them this year. Nathaniel Davis was laid to rest yesterday. Family and friends attended his funeral service at Second Baptist Church yesterday. Davis was most known for his role in the local MLK March, along with promoting the event's scholarship funds. A close friend spoke with us, says that what Davis did for the MLK March here will never be forgotten by the community.
We know that the stepping stones are stepping stones. So his foundation will probably continue on and only make MLK March more stronger. I'm going to miss him, definitely going to miss him. And the community definitely is going to miss him at the same time.
So Davis was also a longtime employee at the YMCA and worked at several branches before becoming the executive director of the Davis Scott branch. He was 64 years old.
Time now, just about 8:40, 36 degrees out.
Well, we're putting a spotlight on a local teacher who inspired her students to conquer the center stage during the pandemic.
That story coming up in just a bit. First, a quick live look out there. 36 degrees now. Sarah Spivey, you were saying it got as low as 31 today? All right. That and what the rest of your work week's going to look like in just a bit.
Good morning. Coming up on This Week, new details after that dramatic hostage rescue in a Texas synagogue. Former FBI negotiator Brad Garrett will tell us exactly how that mission went down. And after President Biden's toughest week in office, we'll talk to House Majority Whip Jim Clyburn about that doomed push for voting rights legislation. Plus, as Omicron pushes COVID cases to new highs and overwhelms hospitals, Surgeon General Dr. Vivek Murthy will talk about the administration's strategy and the confusion that has followed. It's all coming up on This Week.
Educator of the Month, brought to you by First Mark Credit Union.
Well, she led her theater students to a state championship in the one-act play in the middle of a pandemic. We're talking about Amanda Pyle, who has been recognized as KSAT's Educator of the Month.
However, as Amanda tells us, what means most to her is the lasting impact she has as a teacher. Stephanie Cerna has her story.
There was a news. It's all about the theater students at Taft High School. That's what drives Amanda Pyle to put in the hours and to work hard, ultimately guiding her students to success.
I love teaching. I'm so passionate about it. I always tell them that this is my dream job and that I wouldn't want to do anything else.
1, 2, 3. However, Amanda Pyle, who is now the theater director and fine arts coordinator at Taft High School, initially had different plans for her career path.
So I went to college in California. I went to USC, and I wanted to be an actress and do all of that. And I did that in Los Angeles for a little bit, and I was like, I'm done. Actors! Let's come back to our seats, please.
Amanda tells us at the time she didn't love what she was doing, so she made the move to San Antonio to pursue something she did love. Now, Amanda is in her 14th year of teaching and her 9th year at Taft High School.
During the height of the pandemic, teachers faced many challenges, especially in theater. However, Amanda Pyle said the show must go on.
Last year was really hard, but we had a really cool ending to the year. We won the state championship in one-act play. And that was amazing. The lasting impact that I can have as an educator means the most to me.
Amanda Pyle is being recognized as KSAT's Educator of the Month, and her students couldn't be prouder.
It means a lot because I know she works like crazy hard. I constantly know what my strengths and weaknesses are, and I feel like she does a really good job at teaching us how to grow like wherever we are in our like theater journey.
Yeah.
Stephanie Cerna, KSAT 12 News.
I love this.
Teachers are such unsung heroes. They do so much for their students and the communities, and they're making lasting impacts that those students will remember her years from now.
Sarah Spivey, you were a theater student, weren't you?
Yes, I was.
There you go.
I remember my theater teacher, Mr. Lee Cohn. Wonderful to see that story. Thanks so much. Okay, so we were talking about Mountain Cedar, how it was very high yesterday, but this is to be expected. This is, in fact, the peak of Mountain Cedar season. We should be able to see a decline after this week. You know, by the middle of February, Mountain Cedar season usually comes to an end, so close to Valentine's Day, but still a very high pollen count for Mountain Cedar can be expected today too. We'll get the numbers in, and as soon as we do, they'll be on KSAT.com. Now, outside right now, look how beautiful and sunny it is out there. It was cold earlier this morning. Temperatures were below freezing in San Antonio, and it's still cold out there, 33 degrees. But since we've seen the sun rise, we will be able to see the temperatures rise here very shortly. In fact, at Bernie Stage Airfield, it was below freezing just a few minutes ago, but now it's already 36. And in Kerrville, although it's below freezing right now, it got down to 25 degrees. So we are seeing temperatures rise as soon as we've seen the sunshine here, and we'll continue to see them rise throughout the day until about 4 p.m. Although it is still below freezing in Del Rio and Uvalde, and it's still in the teens up in Junction. It's 30 degrees in Cotulla as well. But a big change today, and a welcome change, is that it is not as windy. In fact, winds are generally from the northwest at about 5 to 10 miles per hour, or they're just calm the way it is right now in San Antonio. And so that it will be a welcome change, as well as plenty of abundant sunshine today. That's in the forecast. Futurecast calls for complete sunshine, and highs today will be in the low to mid 60s. So quite a big temperature jump from freezing into the 60s, a 30+ degree temperature jump, low to mid 60s along that I-35 corridor and up in the hill country, but out toward the Rio Grande, it's actually going to be closer to about 70 degrees this afternoon. Once again, because we've got dry air in place, tomorrow morning we'll be able to see temperatures fall very quickly. We'll be near freezing once again early tomorrow with a morning low forecast right around freezing in San Antonio. So light freeze, we're not anticipating a hard freeze, but you'll still want to bring in any sensitive vegetation just in case, because it'll be below freezing for about an hour or so around San Antonio, with temperatures in the 20s tomorrow morning in Kerrville. As I just mentioned, the reason why we've been able to see a big temperature jump and a big temperature drop by the morning hours is because we've got very dry air in place. Very dry air, dew points in the teens. That allows for air to cool down and warm up very quickly. It also means you'll need a little chapstick, and static electricity will be an issue today and tomorrow. So your static shock forecast today and tomorrow, super shocking because of the dry air in place. And we're going to see dew points rise by Tuesday and Wednesday. They'll be in the 50s, but still not too humid out there in the next few days. For today's forecast, we'll warm up really quickly. Noon will be at 55, 63 for the afternoon high. West-northwest winds much improved at 5 to 10 miles per hour, cooling quickly tonight under clear skies and calm winds. Again, tomorrow, MLK Day, it'll start off below freezing briefly and then warm up to near 70 degrees. 70 is Tuesday and Wednesday. It'll be a little warm in the afternoons, but then a front arrives Wednesday. That'll only bring a small chance for rain, but it is going to allow for a much cooler half to the week. During the second half of the week, our highs will struggle to get out of the 50s, Sarah and Max.
That reminds me of like when you were younger and your siblings and it was a dry day like this, you would always be like,
yeah, shuffle your socks and then shock them.
Did you ever do that with your brothers?
No.
No? Okay.
Oh, just me and Sarah, I guess, are mean.
Thing.
Maybe. Time now, 8:50, 36 degrees out.
Well, tomorrow on GMSA, we're talking about Hispanic Elvis and his impact on the community. We'll hear from his brother, who's sharing his story. Before you go today, you can add another member to your family during the $17 adoption special for cats and dogs. Animals 6 months or older are up for adoption. Today is the last day for the special, and the adoption event is happening at 2 locations at Animal Care Services. That's off Highway 151 and the Petco Adoption Center between Loop 410 and Worsbach Road.
All right, the San Antonio Zoo also honoring Betty White tomorrow, and it is the Thank You for Being a Friend Day at the zoo. So on what would have been her 100th birthday, the San Antonio Zoo is offering free admission for any guest 65 years or older, and a Bring a Friend for free for all zoo members, plus a discounted price of just $8 for standard admission tomorrow. A lot of children off for school tomorrow for Martin Luther King Jr. Day, so could be a good day to go to the zoo. The zoo will be open from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Well, our temperature just popped up to 39 degrees in San Antonio. So just from a little bit of sun, we've been able to see temperatures warm by 8 degrees this morning. So throughout the day, we're going to warm up nicely. We'll be at 55 degrees at noon and 63 for the afternoon high. West-northwest winds today, a lot better than yesterday. We'll only see a wind at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Starting off pretty close to freezing early tomorrow morning, 68 for the high as we round out the extended weekend. And then Wednesday will be close to 80 degrees before a cold front arrives, dropping our temperatures down into the 50s for highs for the remainder of the week. A small chance for rain as it stands at the moment, but we'll be able to refine that forecast as we get closer to Thursday.
All right, Sarah Spivey, thank you so much. You're going to be anchoring tomorrow morning, right?
Yep, I'll be here tomorrow morning for the MLK holiday, and we'll be talking about all things MLK. We're going to be talking about Dream Week tomorrow, Max.
That's true, yeah. So we'll see you back here, 4:30 a.m.
4:30. See you tomorrow.
I'll be asleep at 4:30.